Hello, I'm Jonathan Milam here with a video about perhaps the most popular mouthpiece in the world, and that is the 7C. I was going to name this Navigating the 7 Seas, a play off the old ocean humor, but at any rate, I've got 7 different manufacturers and the mouthpieces that they put out that are close to a 7C. I'm going to start off with a Warburton, great mouthpiece, very, very comfortable rim. And this actually, the 6, don't ask me why, is closest in size to the 7C rim. But I've got a 7 here, it's very, very, very close, 10 1/1000ths of an inch, 1/100th off. But it'll give you an idea what a Warburton 6M would sound like. Very nice sound. I don't usually use a bowl as deep as these, it's a little more mellow sound than I'm accustomed to, but very nice. And again, the Warburton rims are so very comfortable. And of course, Terry Warburton years ago came out with a system where you can take different cups and match them with different back bores. So I've got a 7 here, 7M, and then I've also got a 7 back bore. I've got a 2 that's much tighter that would give you a little more commercial zip, a little more cut if you please. And of course, you can get a deeper mouthpiece, the D or the XD I think they make, or you could also go with the shallow or even an extra shallow. But that gives you an idea. This is similar to what you'd get on his 6M. Next that I've got here is a Marcinkiewicz, and this is the 4, star 4, which is also his take on the 7C. I played Warburton mouthpieces for many years, enjoyed them very much, loved the ability to take the same cup and switch it out with another back bore. And I played Marcinkiewicz as well for a number of years. Loved the shoe pieces once upon a time, the 1.5, 1.75. were my favorite mouthpieces for quite a while. Marcinkiewicz also puts out a very, very comfortable rim. Neither of these are quite as deep as some of the other 7Cs that I'll play. But again, this is a Marcinkiewicz star 4, which is his take on the 7C. Nice mouthpiece. Of course, the Warburton 6 would have been a little closer to my size. I have a 7, as I mentioned. This 7C is about the same rim I use. I usually play with a Reeves 41 rim. Okay, now I'm going to the first of 2 Bach pieces that I have, and this is a 7C. It is the Corp with the dot after the Corp, and they made different, Bach used different sizes and different cup depths for their mouthpieces, and they're identified by whether or not they use a period after the, or a dot after the corp. It's one of the indicators. This is the shallower one, which actually seems to have a larger throat and maybe a slightly looser backbore as well. But it is the Corp, Vincent Bach Corp dot 7C. Again, that was the Vincent Bach Corp dot 7C. Then you've got another one that I really do like. I wanted to get one of these for years, and I finally got one at a good price. They were blowing them out on eBay some time back. This is a CKB, which is Conn, King, and Benge, and this is their take on the 7C. Really a beautiful mouthpiece, kind of a heavyweight look. But just very nice. Again, pretty deep cup, slightly sharp on the inside piece of the rim, which I'm not crazy about. But I do feel like it gives a nice tone, and of course as a heavier mouthpiece, probably a little more muted or dark sound. Piece. This is a Conn Connstellation. It's marked as a 7B-N, and again, I guess the 7C is famous for two things. The bowl is so deep, it's deeper than a 3C, but also for the slight cut on the inside of the rim, and this one certainly lives up to the reputation. Again, a beautiful mouthpiece, and this is a Conn Connstellation, probably from the 60s, perhaps the 70s. Nice mouthpiece, a pretty deep cup on this one. Now we've got the second, and I'm taking them in the shallowest to the deepest cup. We've got the Vincent Bach Corp with no dot, 7C, and it is surprising. The cup on this I don't think is quite as deep as the Corp dot, but the bowl is nonetheless bigger, probably a slightly larger diameter rim. But again, it's just another variation of the Vincent Bach, and I'll put the order that I'm playing on the comments below. And now is probably the biggest 7C that I've got. The largest cup and the biggest rim as well. Patterned, perhaps, amazingly similar, at least, to the Bach 7C. This is B&S, the great instrument makers out of Germany. And quite a deep cup, definitely a C shape. And again, the rim is, well, one of the larger diameters for the 7Cs that I've got. As usual, a slightly sharp edge on the inside. This is the B&S 7C. Fun there, but that is seven C's. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy navigating them all. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.